1967.
All right. Yeah.
So I was born on October 18th.
Yeah. So that was the centenary. It's the centenary for Canada.
Right.
So there's there was Expo 1967 and all that
yeah.
crap in Montreal.
Did you guys do any of that stuff?
Well, yes, there was stuff on in Toronto.
Yeah, but you didn't go to Montreal.
No, we didn't go to Montreal to Expo.
Right.
But we did. I don't know what there was
the local
various
stuff.
Yeah, whatever was going on here, we
Right.
did all of that stuff. And at this point, we had. I don't know whether we had moved
Well.
before you were born.
Right.
Yes, we know because I can't remember whether you actually came back to Jameson.
Right.
You might have done.
Yeah, but shortly after.
Shortly after, we rented this really nice apartment on Castleview Avenue.
And I was near Castleloma, right?
Yeah, it's near Castleloma. It's one block north of Castleloma off Spadina.
Right.
And it's a sixplex, 3 on either side, and they're big apartments. I mean, we had 3 bedrooms.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And a kitchen, and a living room.
What
and
did you
a
need 3 bedrooms for? You had 2 kids who were.
Well, I had a
babies.
studio.
Oh, so you had a studio in the house at this point in time.
Yeah.
Oh,
I had
okay.
a studio.
So are you working freelance then? Or?
Oh yeah, I was freelancing. Yeah.
So on the side of McMillan?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, I did a big math book for dents actually. I remember in that studio.
Huh.
And I had a studio which was like, I say 3 bedrooms. One of the rooms was like a sunroom sort of thing.
Yeah, small one.
But it was a room.
Yeah.
And the apartment was it was a good size, a really good size. I mean, there was a dining room with double doors, and then a lounge, a living room, then double doors, the sunroom, and then this sort of room off it, which was the studio.
Wow.
Plus 2 bedrooms.
Yeah.
And a bathroom and a kitchen, and the kitchen was it's quite a big kitchen.
Huh.
You could eat in the kitchen.
Right, and it was all on one floor.
And all on one floor. It was on the 2nd floor.
Right.
And there was a bloke upstairs called Mullah. Do I say?
Musa left?
Musa.
Musa?
Yeah, I think it was Musa. And he was a black dude
Right.
who was the janitor.
Ah, right.
And so he sort of dealt with, I mean, he didn't have to do anything much, but if one of the apartments had to have a plumber in, he would sort of let them in, or you needed somebody there to sort of, I mean, he didn't clean anything or do any of that stuff, but he was there. And also, he supervised the renting of apartments.
Right.
Got it organised. And so he was above us. And I can't remember who was below us.
Graham and Kate living
No,
downstairs.
but that was afterwards.
Oh, okay.
Because I became super.
Right.
And I got all my friends into the apartment.
Ah, okay.
So I had Graham and Kate downstairs. I had...
Now, you met Graham and Kate before this then?
I met Graham, I think, because he was an illustrator.
Yeah.
And he was also the art director of Saturday Night magazine.
Oh, at that time?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So I can't remember how we met them, but we met them. We knew them before they moved in.
Right.
And then
but you didn't know, you met them in Canada.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
And then Joan and Fred, and then Doug Panton and his wife were on the other side. It was on a corner. So there was Graham and Kate, and then us, and then Muster or whatever his name, Musa, on Castleview. Then on Spadina Road, there was another three, and it was the Pantons and Joan and Fred, and I don't know who the hell, I can't remember who. Oh, Chris Johnson was upstairs above that. Another guy, another English guy.
Wow.
Yeah. So anyhow, he left, and I became the sort of janitor, super or whatever it was.
Yeah.
And that meant I got a slight deal on the rent, and I had to or I had to deal with all the
Plumbers
tenants and
and
all
stuff.
their problems
Yeah,
or not. And so I got basically before I left, I got all my friends in,
Right.
basically.
Right.
So like.
Yeah.
You know,
So they were all close.
and I didn't have a problem with like anybody like moaning about it. And it was a really good deal. I had parking. It was a really
a good deal.
and it was a proper sixplex sort of thing. Like I mean, they were designed as you came in. Yeah, okay, you came in. There was just one front door on our side, and then you went straight ahead. Then there was a door. Then there was the whole downstairs apartment.
Right.
You go up the stairs. The door.
Yeah.
There's the whole upstairs. Yeah, and then there was another stair that went up the back to the
third floor.
Third floor. Yeah.
Right.
Oh, Mark Round. That's Mark Round. Graham's brother. Graham's sister lived on the third floor above us when we got rid of Musa.
Oh, okay.
Or when he left.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it's like.
And it was owned by Peter and
Wura?
Viria.
Viria?
Yeah, I can't remember her name.
Yeah.
But they lived somewhere down on the Niagara Peninsula and grew peaches and things.
Oh, okay.
And they were, I don't know whether they're Polish or Ukrainian, I think Polish.
Right.
And, they'd obviously sort of bought it, quote, as an investment.
Yeah.
But they were like really normal, ordinary, they weren't sort of fancy people.
Yeah,
They were just kind of really cool.
Cool.
And they were nice, actually. They were quite human, and it was like a good rent, and it was lovely. And it was like a community. I mean, like once I got everybody in there, I knew.
Yeah.
It was like, it was cool.
So how long do you live there?
I don't know. Well, we lived there until we bought Maxwell.
Right.
And I'm not sure when we bought. I think we bought Maxwell in '69.
Right. Yeah, so a couple of years.
I think. So yeah, we were there for a couple of years.
Right.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay, and at this point in time, you meet Fran and Clive.
Well, then Mum was up with you. There's Winston Churchill Park, which is on
Close
the corner of
Yeah.
Spadina Road and St Clair.
Yeah.
And Mum met Fran there with Anna in a pushchair and wanted a safety pin or something to pin on a diaper.
Right.
And Mum had one.
And that was it.
And, they got chatting, and because they lived in Forest Hill Village on, I think, Heath Street.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
And they were renting an apartment there?
yeah, they were in a high rise actually.
Okay.
Yeah, they were renting. Yeah.
All right, and Veronica and Arthur. So this is Vaughan Road Nursery School.
Yeah,
right?
well, that's a bit later on, when when both you and I don't know if Julia was born. She must have been, but there was Vaughan Road Nursery School. It was a co-op.
Yeah.
And that's where Mum eventually became the president of the sort of association.
Right.
And that's where she met Veronica.
Oh, okay.
And Veronica and Arthur, at that point, lived on Walmer Road.
Right. Oh, right.
Yeah.
Right.
So, well, it was Vaughan,
now,
you know where Vaughan Road is,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Where that whole St Clair thing. And there was a whole lot of Brits in this outfit as well.
Right.
That we met.
So was Mum still working at Pittman then?
No, she retired when you were born.
Oh, okay. So then taking care of me at
Yeah,
home.
yeah. She
Didn't
was,
do maternity leave, just sort of
yeah, and then
quit,
Julia
basically.
turned up.
Yeah, a year and a half.
Yeah,
Perfect timing.
Yeah, right. So she never didn't go back to work.
Right. And so her next starting to work or volunteering was at this.
Yeah, so she
At
worked
this
at
nursery
Vaughan
school.
Road Nursery School. Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And Jason went to Vaughan Road.
Jason went to Vaughan Road. Yeah, that's right.
And so hence that's where that
Yeah.
sort of
Yeah,
relationship
the whole-
gelled.
The whole Harriet Mayer sort of thing was there, and yeah, Arthur was in a designer, and
Yeah.
so yeah, that's sort of where that all worked.
It's interesting when I think about the friends I've developed from Poppy's daycare and
Yeah,
it's
it's the same thing.
It's the same
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
Okay, and you figured out cross country skiing at this point in time.
Yeah, well, what to do in the winter here.
Yeah, I remember doing those cross country skiing and that.
Yeah, and we joined this. I think it's called the Huronia
Yeah. And the
cross
Harriets
country
did
skiing.
it
The
too.
Harriets were in it.
Yeah.
Mintos weren't.
No.
Harriets were in it, and there was a bunch of other people in it. And we initially would go up, and Mum and I would ski, and you would be on it. We'd drag you along in a
Right.
toboggan.
Right.
And then I think eventually you guys skied up there.
Yeah, I remember skiing.
Yeah.
Yeah, in our Adidas track pants.
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
And hot chocolate at that little
Yeah.
shack at the end.
Yeah. That's right.
Yeah, but no, I still remember like they named the hill Devil's Elbow.
Yeah,
and all
that's
these
right.
sort of
That's
bits and
right.
pieces.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, no, that's right. Devil's Elbow. I remember
And
that.
Jay and I were
Yeah.
speed demons at
Yeah,
times.
yeah. Well, it's like, what do you do in the winter here?
Yeah.
Well, you actually don't with Poppy.
No.
But we were like, okay, what the hell are we
Go out
going to
into the
do?
land.
And downhill was not sort of child friendly, if you know what I mean.
Right.
Really, it wasn't.
Yeah.
We wanted to do something then
Yeah.
with little kids.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, cross country skiing was perfect. It was good for us.
Yeah.
We got out for the day on a Sunday.
Yeah.
It was only in Barry or just near Barry. It was an hour.
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
You go there. You guys could either ski,
Fart around in the snow.
far around the sea, or we could even drag you along.
Yeah.
But it
Well, there
meant,
was a big hill there that you could toboggan
oh
down
yeah,
too,
yeah.
right?
No,
there
it was
bunch of
really
stuff.
good. Anyhow, that's why and what we did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Western road trip.
Good God. Okay.
It seems 67 seems early to be talking about a Western road trip.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, when we went out west, yes.
Yeah, camping in Cape Cod with Mum and Dad.
Yes. All right. Well, my mum and dad came over, and I when I think about it now, it's just, I don't know how old they were. They were retired,
Right.
but we went camping in Cape Cod.
Wow. And this might have been the first time they were on a plane.
Possibly, yeah. It wouldn't have been on many planes anyhow.
No,
And I
well, you
thi-
said when you left,
Yeah, they hadn't
they
been.
hadn't been on a
no,
plane.
they
And that
hadn't.
was only 2 years ago, or 3 years ago.
Yeah, no, and I think this was the first visit to us
Right.
was
To Canada,
then to
right.
Canada, or out of the UK. Well,
Right.
my mum had been when she was a schoolgirl, but my dad, possibly was the first time he'd been abroad.
Wow. Nanny went somewhere when she was a kid?
Oh yes, she went to Switzerland when she was
okay.
a schoolgirl.
So Europe.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
come over
yeah.
here.
No, God, no. No.
So you took him camping.
So we took them camping to Cape Cod. When you think about it, it's sort of mind blowing.
Yeah.
All right. So that was say 1969.
Well, it says 67, but I'm sure it's
All right.
in the 67 to 70s area.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I don't know quite. Yeah. Whenever it was. Well, okay. So my mum, she was born in 1915. So she wasn't that old.
Yeah.
55.
Young.
Bit older than you.
Young.
Yeah. Yeah, but they seemed older.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you started, everything was different. Right?
Yeah. Anyhow, they came over, and yes, we drove down to Cape Cod
And went camping.
and camped. Yeah.
That wasn't the time where you lost the crib off the top of the car, was it?
No, I think that was another time. Yeah, we used to do that. That was one of our. I think that was a Florida trip.
Oh. Were you taking a crib? No. You weren't taking cribs to Florida.
Well,
We
went down. No, I know what it was. It was a trip just down to the sort of Adirondacks.
Yeah, but we were still young, right? Yeah.
Yeah, well,
It was a
somebody was in a
camping
crib,
trip.
presumably.
Exactly.
No, that must have been. And I think it was a long weekend
Right.
because we'd go down to Virginia or somewhere, you just go over the border, and it was a little bit warmer down there. Yeah, there was no
Sure.
snow, and it might have been an Easter or something. I don't know.
Right.
But yes, yeah, yes, yeah.
Okay, so now we say, Mom's got a job at the CBC.
Well, Is that how? Is that how?
Yeah,
It,
I don't think
well,
it happens
somewhere
just
along
yet.
the line,
And you have a vasectomy. Did you have a vasectomy like
when I was
just
about
after
30.
just after Julia was born?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We.
It might be the same time because Mum did work at the CBC for an awfully long time.
Yeah. Well, I mean. Yeah, it's. I think she joined the CBC when we had Marie Pierre.
Yeah, so I was older. I was in grade 6 by then. I was 10.
You were 10 when we had Marie
Yeah.
Pierre. So that would have been 77.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, okay. So that
And
might just be a little
somewhere,
bit
but there's a thing. She worked for the Board of Education at some point,
yeah, that's what
and I'm
think
not sure
when that was.
when that was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know quite. Because I mean, once, all right, you arrived. She stopped work when you arrived in '67.
Yeah.
And then Julia arrives in '69. She stopped then.
Yeah.
But she was still stopped.
Yeah.
And then, all right.
And then she does the stuff with the daycare.
The daycare thing where you must have been 4 or something.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
preschool. Okay, 3 or 4.
Yeah.
So that's like 70.
Yeah.
Um,
And she works for the Board of Ed for a little bit. And then
yeah, maybe. I mean, you have to ask her. I'm not sure if she worked for the Board of Ed then, when you were. Because where did you go then? What did we do with you two? Like, the whole point of the Marie Pierre thing was so she could work full time.
Yeah.
Well, she worked for the Board of Ed, this guy.
Right. Full time.
Full time, yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't a part-time job. And I don't know whether that was...
Maybe I was going to...
Well, no, this may have been after Pearson, not Pearson, the other place, Pittman.
Yeah.
Yeah, she may have, I can't remember, but there's a guy called McCormick who was the director of education for Toronto or something.
Oh, right.
And she worked for him.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. But you'll have to ask her.
Okay.